Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Houston, Texas, and Rice Stadium, home to the Owls. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Rice Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Rice's offense will start this game off. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-timer baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
They're going to ride this running back. Got the first down and more. Wide open spaces. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here.
Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back right here. Get a big stand. At least hold them to 3.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rice.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Maryland Terrapins offense will get the ball for the first time. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. They'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
He's got it on the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Release to the back. Makes the grab. It's a seam wide open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. He'll keep it himself. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Maryland!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They go to the ground. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground.
Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Lee takes to the air. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And I love the play call on offense there. It's a sudden change situation. You just got the turnover. You're now going to take a shot because you got the defense on their heels after they're back on the field quickly. Really nice play call.
And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
And back to the air on second down. This time he's got him. At the 35, he's loose. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Leaves it with the running back. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Owls have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Rice rushes to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Quick completion on the out route. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Down to the 26-yard line and a 1st down. Finds the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Fires to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Owls.
going to keep going for it on fourth down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and
intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Rice. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense, forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
21, Maryland, 14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Morton. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Pulls and fires complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Offense gets set for second down. Off play action. How about that sweet footwork along the sideline? It is a catch. Here on third down for this offense. Lee to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Gonzalez. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Out of the gun, the inside give. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Terrapins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Gonna take a shot on 2nd and short. Got his man quickly. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. And the Terrapins will line it up on 1st and 10.
First down for the offense.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure coming. Complete on the comeback. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Makes the catch. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The Terrapins had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill, and I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going, and as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And now, after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. Lee takes to the air. Looking to get it in. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, and the defense tackles him at the 3. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Maryland! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The Owls with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. And the Owls come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Yates. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Haynes. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
I love teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today. Another good run by this running back. He's been doing it all night, over 100 yards on the day. Really, really good night for this young man.
Grabs behind the line. It's Yates. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Got it in the middle. It's Haynes. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They're working that left side. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a touchdown Rice. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And they pound the rock. The run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead. They take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Houston. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside historic Rice Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
If I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch.
There he goes. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Terrapins. And that one will give them the lead. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd.
28.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Offense in an empty set. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Leaves it with the back. Got enough for the first down. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. So they picked up that last first down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Moncrief. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Owls can really attack on this second and short. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They push it out to the 39 after picking up 5.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on second down, no problem for them.
Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Haynes. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver, running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Owls pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Grabbed behind the line. It's Yates. Breaks out another sweet move and gets it down to the 40. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be
Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the move. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Owls!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is good. A 4-point game at 35-31. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Lee to throw. Nice catch along the sidelines, but they get nothing out of it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll try the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't Olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it.
Right down the gut of the field. The 20. Touchdown, Maryland! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
And he's going to try to return this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, Dave?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Looking downfield on first down. Underneath toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Illinois went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Illini ever do that? Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but it makes life really easy on me on second down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
These 2 quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And the Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Back to pass on second down. Makes the grab over the middle. Oh, he's got some space. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. Makes the grab past the marker. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Balls it in. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the...
Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
46.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Little touch pass to the receiver. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've really got this offense humming. Just a fourth play of the drive, and it's first and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls! Fit it in the window for the score.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got him in the flat. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Backed up now, here's second and long. Lee takes to the air. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Cuber. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Time to take a shot. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Owls. And they take it in for 6 more points. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gonzalez. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Lee to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Gonzalez. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The Terrapins will hustle to the line. In the gun. Looking to throw on third down. Got his man. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. Snagged in the middle. It's Whitaker. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down.
At the 46-yard line. That's a first down for the offense.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his back in the middle.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And the Terrapins are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Makes the catch. It's Whitaker. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
QB spikes it. No gain on the play.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Huber. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. From the gun on 3rd down. He's got him just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. The Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd down.
Lee takes to the air. Here's the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one is picked up in the end zone. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Quarterback may change this route. He'll throw on 3rd down. Quickly to the tight end. And that is how we will wrap this one up. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level.